I'm sorry, but we don't have time to move you now. We are serving a meal. Ask me later if you like. After Carl has eaten, had her tray taken, and had been served a hot face towel, the man says, "What are you, anyway? My wife and I were wondering."
Okay. What are the Nortons really asking about? Any ideas right now?
Like,
What do they want to
like,
know?
what kind of race is, like, what color is she?
Okay.
Because she
Good.
has, like, a black doll.
Okay. Keep going.
Carol blinks, sees the man's clear blue eyes, and drops her head. "What do you mean?" she says. "You know what are you? What race?" Carol's mouth drops. Race? What is that? She doesn't understand. Yes, she sensed that the man is asking a bad question. Is it as if he is asking her something dirty or touching her in a bad place? She wishes her mom and dad were there. They could tell that they could tell what race meant. "That doll is yours. It's black," Henry Norton said. "That's a Negro doll. That's race. Negro. What's your race?" The question still confuses her. Put it put it this way, the man says. "What is your father?" The question baffles her. What is her father? He is her dad. He is her dad, and every Sunday morning he makes pancakes for the whole family and lets Carl pour hot syrup on them, and afterwards he sits her on his lap and tells stories. Miss Norton leans towards Carol. "Say you had a coloring book. What color would you make your dad?" "I never used just one color." "Okay. What color would you make his face?" "Brown." "And your mother?" Carol imagines a blank page. What would she put in her mother's face? She has to put something in there. She can't leave it blank. "I don't know." "Sure you do." Miss Norton says. "How would you color your mother's face?" "Yellow." Carol sees Mr. and Mrs. Norton look at each other. "Is your mother Chinese?" Miss Norton asks. "No." "Are you sure you color her yellow?" "No." "What else might you color her?" "What else?" Carol feels ashamed at her stupidity. A tear races down her cheek. "Red," she says finally. "Red? You can't color a face red. Is your mother white? Is she like me, her face? Is it the same color as mine?" "Yes." "And your father is brown?" Carl nods. "When you say brown, do you mean he is Negro?" "Yes, of course her father is a Negro." If Miss Norton wanted to know all along if her dad was a Negro, why didn't she just ask? "So you're mixed," Miss Norton says. "You are a mulatto." Carl's lips quivers. What is a mulatto? Why do they keep asking her what she is? She isn't anything. "So is that it? You are a mulatto? You know what a mulatto is, don't you? Haven't your parents taught you that word?"
Okay. Does Carol understand their questions?
No.
No. And how do you think that makes her feel?
Like, she feels ashamed because, like, she's probably young and she doesn't, her parents haven't told her what those meant.
Okay, good. Keep going.
Approaching with a cart of juice, the stewardess looks up and smiles at Carol. That gives her a rush of courage. "Leave me alone," she screams at Miss Norton. Passengers stare. The stewardess spills a drink. Miss Norton sits back hard in her seat, her hands raised, fingers spread. Carol sees people watching. "Why do you keep asking me if my dad is Negro?" "Yes, he's Negro, okay? Okay? Negro, Negro, Negro." "Calm down," Miss Norton says, reaching over. "Don't touch her," the stewardess says. "Who are these people?" Someone says from across the aisle. Imagine talking to a child like that and in 1970. One woman sitting in front of Carol stands up and turns around. "Would you like to come and sit with me, little girl?" "No," Carol shouts. "I don't like all these questions. She keeps asking me how I would color my parents in a coloring book." "Why do you keep asking me that?" Miss Norton pleads with Carol to stop. "How would you like it if that happened to you?" Carol says. "So what are you anyway? What are your parents? How would you color them?" "Well, I don't care. I don't even care."
Okay, hang on. How does Carol feel about the topics of their questions?
Angry. Cause
Yeah. Because why?
because they're like, they don't like, they probably don't even like Negroes. They're probably racist people.
Okay, good. Keep going.
How would How would you like to come and sit with me?" The stewardess says, smiling. "I'll make you a special drink. Have you ever had a Shirley Temple?" Carol Carol nods enthusiastically. glee. Already she feels better. Clutching Amy, she passes by the Nortons, who swing their legs to let her out. My God, Carol, hears Miss Norton tells her husband. Talk about sensitivity.
Good. Nice job. Okay, so the last question I have about the reading in general, or about what you just read. How does Mrs. Norton react to Carol's outburst of anger and frustration?
She's sassy, like she has a like she talks back, and she didn't think she would talk back to them how she did.
Does Mrs. Norton think that Carol's reaction is warranted, or like she had the right to feel that way?
The right to feel that way.
Okay. So, what were the Nortons' feelings about interracial families?
Bad, like they were disgusted.
Okay. Did Carol have those same feelings?
No,
How
because
do you
they're
know?
her parents, and she has love for them, and she doesn't care if they're negros.
Okay. What does Carol's lack of understanding about the Nortons' questions tell you about her? So she doesn't really understand why they're asking these questions. What does that let you know about Carol and her family versus the Nortons and their family?
I don't get your question.
Okay. The Nortons are very concerned with who's marrying who and the types of relationships and then the children they make. Do Carol's family value those kind of things?
No,
Um, do you think that not liking a certain race is something that children are born with or something they are taught?
born with.
So you think kids are born not liking black people or not liking white people?
Taught with, because their parents probably be talking bad about other people, and they get stuck in their mind, so they start hating those kind of people.
Awesome. Okay. Do you have any questions? Did you like the story?
Yeah, it was interesting.
I thought it was so good. Okay.